It is Tuesday night. It's the Relationship Exchange SMD. In case you didn't know what that is single, married, and divorced. I am your girl, Angela A. Love Lewis, with my co-host, the amazing, phenomenal S. Marie. How are you tonight?
I am lovely. How about you?
Honey, listen, excited. It's all things election in the air. So I know people are probably
Indeed.
watching to see, who is going to come out on top. We all have our good evening,
Mhm.
Miss Doris. Good to see you tonight. I'm sure
Hey,
everybody has their favorite person that they want to win, but y'all know that it can only be one winner in this particular thing. So, we're just going to have to pray about it and know that regardless of how it ends up, we're gonna be okay.
I
So
know that's
we
right.
just gonna
As
have
long
to,
as they voted,
hey,
just vote. That's all we can say. As long as you voted, don't keep your
yes,
mouth
yes.
shut.
And if
Keep
you
keep
didn't
your
vote, we don't want to hear your mouth. If your candidate
right.
did not get in, we don't want to
If
hear you
you
say
didn't vote,
nothing.
that's right.
If you don't
That's
vote, you
right.
don't get to talk about it. Look, you can't whine and
Nada.
complain because nobody's
Nothing.
gonna care. Let's put that out there.
That listen, factual. Leave the facts. That's all we do is speak the truth on SMD, honey. We got to keep it right.
Yes, listen, I'm telling you, I don't know about you, S. Marie, but the time changed on Sunday. Things have been
Oh,
moving, and instead of it being an hour back, I feel like the Joker went forward 2 hours. Man, I'm like, where is the time? Why is it
you
dark
know,
in the morning, dark at night? It's dark.
it's a
I'm like, I can't get it together. Why it feel like it's just a long day? However, it's okay. We're gonna get it together, and it's gonna be like it's supposed to be. So.
It is, but I'm with you. I'm with look, in the words of my god brother, I'm with you when you're right. Because baby, I felt the same way. And then I'm waking up, in the wee hours of the morning, and I'm like, why am I awake? Like, Lord
Girl,
help
God
me.
trying what that son God trying to tell you something. He's like, well, you
Listen,
don't
he
have to
telling
talk
you
to me. I got
something.
something for you. That's what
Look,
it
I can't
is.
wait. Listen, I'm receiving all great things.
Yes, exactly. Because y'all know this is the 11th month. Time is moving. We're about to get into 2025. You still got time to get whatever it is that you thought
Indeed.
about in January. There's still time
Yep.
for it to happen by December the 31st. I'm telling you, big
Mhm.
things can still be happening for
Yeah,
2024. We
that's
start out saying
right.
we want more. Well, if your more has not arrived, trust and believe that you can continue to push forward. There's still time to have more in 2024, but in 2025, Reverend Pat said something earlier about maybe we're not going to survive but thrive in 2025 or
Oh,
something to that effect. I was
yes.
like,
Okay.
come on.
Reverend Pat always coming with the good,
He
okay?
always comes
Look,
good, good. So I'm super
win,
excited
win,
about
win.
it. Yes, she does. So, whatever it looks like for you, know that in your relationships, you have time to mend um, broken hearts and broken relationships. You have time to
Absolutely.
forgive people. You have time to, tell
Yes,
somebody you love them. Because I'm telling you, people are, Quincy Jones just passed on Sunday.
I know.
I
Oh
mean,
my God.
we have lost some people in
Powerful.
2024. And so, this is the thing, y'all know, it's it's not a big surprise that death occurs. You know what I'm saying? It's part of life
Absolutely.
is to know about death, but it's the fact
Yeah.
that you should still, even though you know it's coming, you don't want to see it. You don't want to have it hit
Yeah.
your family. So the thing about it is, make sure. Well, as we're talking about relationships, as we're talking about
Mhm.
being single, married, or divorced, as we're talking about not only in your intimate relationships, but in your family relationships, in your business
Yes.
relationships. If you have
Yes.
somebody that you care about, give them their flowers now. Let them know this is the month of gratitude. This is November's a month to be thankful because, of course, we celebrate Thanksgiving. This is the time to tell somebody how much you appreciate them, how much you love them. And even if you haven't spoken to them in a while, and for some of us, we don't talk for petty reasons, we don't
Mm.
talk for foolish reasons. This is
Yeah.
the time to say, you know what? I'm not carrying that into 2025. This is going to be a
Mhm.
better year, and it starts with me being bigger and better. But on
Absolutely.
the flip side of that, it's some people you need to
Absolutely.
cut off. It's some people that you need to say, you know what? Because what we're not gonna do
Let's roll into
hey,
2025.
2025. Listen, let me cut you off at 2024 and be like, hey,
Absolutely. I
and be
love that.
unapologetic
That's
about it.
true.
Be
No, not at
unapologetic.
all. Yeah, no, you're right. And a lot of times people do, when relationships don't go the way you want them to, we are so quick to cut people off. And I love what Tammy says, people want to feel valued.
They do.
Absolutely. So
They
if you're
do.
not feeling value, you might want, if you have a conversation first to make sure there's not a disconnect. But if you can't work through, or you've talked about it and you can't go no more, you know what? Cut your losses. Sometimes, again, God puts people in our life for a reason and a season. And
Hmm.
sometimes people are just that seasonal. Everybody doesn't have a permanent place in your life. They're not a permanent fixture.
Everybody's
And
not a
and
lifetime person, so we
yes,
have to
they
get
don't
out of
have a
the
lifetime
mindset.
clearance. You said it. That lifetime clearance is something serious. That means that's your roller, your ride or die. Everybody's not built for that. So you
Everybody's
definitely
not
have to
built
cut
for
your losses where you can and be grateful for who you have and who you
it.
and treasure them. Because
And
like you said, everyone is not promised. So all you have left is memories. So make sure they're good ones. Hmm.
make sure they're good ones. I'm gonna share this. I was in a training over the weekend, and the trainer, shared this video with Lisa Nichols, and it was talking about somebody. It was another guy, but he shared like her top 10 rules of success. But the last one is the one I want to talk about because it says manage your relationships well. And
Ooh,
what it said is disconnect from people without cutting them. That means that you
yeah.
don't have to be nasty. You don't have to be
Yeah.
mean. You don't have to demean somebody. You don't have to break them down.
Absolutely.
Um, Tammy said, escort them from the VIP section to general seating.
General
Baby, now
seating.
listen, now see, Tammy Hill Thomas, we're gonna have to just end the show right there because that right there was enough for everybody. Everybody should have got something out of that one right there.
Run
Escort
that as
people
a
from the
banner, a love. Run
from
it as a
right.
banner.
Yeah, thank you. Escort people from the VIP section of your life and put them in general
Absolutely.
seating. That means they don't have access to you like they
Not
used to do. That means that they can't tell you about you like they used to do. That means that there's boundaries being set to where, you know what, you're not gonna call me all hours of the night to tell me about your problems, to booty
absolutely
call, to do any of those things. We're not doing that.
nothing.
I'm not available for that anymore. And
Hmm.
it's okay
Yeah,
to make you a priority in your life.
absolutely.
But going back to this, it says disconnect from people without cutting them. A lot of times we want to drag somebody because we're disappointed
Mm,
or upset that either something happened in the relationship that made you feel disrespected or unloved or unappreciated,
mhm,
or
mhm.
you decided that I no longer want to be with this person and you feel like you've got to do them wrong when you should just cut your
Yeah,
losses and move on. You know when the time has run its course, and instead of,
right.
some people will stay there longer than necessary, but they make your life miserable. Well, if you no
Absolutely.
longer want to be here, then just leave. And it's okay.
Mhm.
You think people will fall apart, or you stay there a lot of times not because you think they'll fall apart, but because you feel like you don't have all your ducks in a row, so that's a safety
Right.
net for you.
Safety net. Hmm.
But in this season, go ahead, manage your relationships well, recognize when a relationship has ran its course, where it's complete. You don't need, how sometimes they say you need to feel complete, or you need something to, sometimes you just have to say, you know what, God, help me to be able to move
Hmm.
on. Help me to be able to say, you know what, even if we're not together, I still wish you well. I don't
Right.
have to be in your
Right.
life, but I wish you well. And when you do that, you leave people with their dignity. You move on. Hey, Kathy, good to see you tonight. You allow people to, you know, move on with their lives, and they
Absolutely.
don't disrupt yours, and you don't disrupt theirs. We'll
Right.
tap the
Right.
ground, say, listen, don't you dare mess up somebody else's day just because you having a bad one.
Right, but what do they say? Misery loves company.
Misery.
And that's a part of our problem as people in general. We
Mhm.
give people too much power. And I tell
We
people in
do.
heartbeat, we got 24 hours. I'm trying to sleep 8. I
Hmm.
work 8 at minimum. I may
Hmm.
work 12. This week I'm working 12. So at the end of the day, if my time is limited, guess what? I don't have time to give you that much power to alter the hours that I have left. I want to enjoy them. So I tell people all the time, I will never leave my body because they can't move me.
Oh,
Because I'm not going to allow you to disrupt this good grace that God gave me. When I opened my eyes, it was a good day because everybody didn't open them. And I recognize that. So
exactly.
allowing somebody to alter my day, I can't accept your energy. I have to move on. And that's the thing. We have to feel good about moving on from people and energy that doesn't meet our standards. Sometimes we
Yeah.
cater and cave in to other individuals who
Mhm.
just because we want to be in their circle.
Yeah,
No circle is that great for me.
it
I
is.
have to have my peace. And we have to be comfortable being at peace with ourselves, what we like, what we don't like, and stop accepting foolishness. Because when you accept foolishness, you alter your day. And it's crazy how we allow people and other energy to do that
Mhm.
unnecessarily. It's
I
really sad, but
understand.
we do that.
We do. And I think that for a lot of people, maybe in your childhood, things weren't, you didn't get
Mhm.
the attention that you wanted, or,
Yeah.
somebody shut it down. And so you felt like, I just want to go somewhere where people see me, or people want to be with me, or people love
Right.
me, or people, give me their time or whatever. But
Hmm.
you also don't have to put yourself in situations that drain
No,
you, situations that keep you from being your best version of yourself.
of
You,
yourself.
you want to
Absolutely.
make sure that the people you're connected to, they help to let your light shine brighter. They help you
Absolutely.
stay plugged in to where your bulb is not going to blow. They're going to
Ooh,
make sure that as you if they see greatness in you, they're going to give you what you need to shine, whether they're celebrating you, whether they're giving you resources, whether they're giving you um, opportunities. They put your name in rooms that you never even thought about getting in. People who see greatness upon you, they don't try to shut it down. Not real
mhm,
true people who are
mhm.
not trying to compete against you. They're not trying to minimize what you do. They're not trying to
Right.
put you in a box. They're not
Yeah.
trying to tell you that you're doing too much. What they
Right.
see is that what God has created and given you, oh, it needs to be out here, honey, shining as bright as it can. I looked at some, y'all know, honey, everybody got a reel out these days. And so somebody shared one with me. And at the end of the reel, it said, the sun, and I can't say the word that it used. I mean, I can. Y'all know, if you know me, you know I done said it, but I don't want to say it on this particular broadcast. However, the sun doesn't give a what about who it blinds. It is
Oh,
shining and it doesn't care. And if you look up and you get blind because the sun is shining so bright,
that's on you.
that's on you. But the sun
Wow.
doesn't care. The sun is not going to dim down and say, "Oh, well, they might get blind. Let me dim it down a little bit over here." No,
Mhm,
it's going to shine as bright as it can for as long as it
mhm.
can until it's time for it to come on down and for the moon to take its place. But guess what? Even when that happens, the sun is like, "Babe, I'm just on the other side. I'm still shining. You may
Right.
not see me shine, but I'm still shining on the other side of the world. You just in a position where you can't see it. But guess what? When I come back up tomorrow, I'm gonna be even brighter, even better.
Mm,
I'm not going to dim it or diminish it or make it shift and change because you can't handle the
absolutely.
wattage of what I've been given." And we should be like that unapologetically. Period.
Absolutely. I love that. Hey, love, that's powerful. And we often let people dim our light. But guess what? Only one person truly matters. If you're happy with yourself, everybody else is going to adapt. And that's where we fall short, trying to appease other people, that we lose our own unique identity. And that is the worst thing you can do, because then you start following other people and you may not like everything about those individuals. But guess what? You're catering to them because you're allowing your light to dim instead of shining like a diamond. You got to shine bright, and
Because you're no
we get
longer
lost
you.
in the mix.
Once you start becoming like how other people see you or want you to be,
Mm,
you're no longer you. You have morphed into
absolutely.
something different. If you're a
Yes.
person who
Ooh,
you don't really drink a lot and you get around people who drink all the time and then you start drinking because they're
mm,
drinking, you're no longer you.
right. Right. You
When you're in
turned into someone
relationships,
else.
you turn to someone else. When you're in relationships and you have to change in order to fit in, that's not
Mm,
your people. That's not your tribe. That's not your man. That's not your woman. That's not whatever. That is not who you're supposed to be with. And
Wow.
when you become true to you, when you stand firm on your standards, when you make your life non-negotiable, when you
Oh,
say that I'm not going to change
right.
for anybody. And if I have to change to be part of the clique, I'd rather not be there. I'd rather be by myself. If I
Mm,
have to compromise who I am in order for you all to accept me, then maybe it's better for me to stay where I am. I'm
mm,
okay. I'm good over here. Maybe this is not for me. And when you start recognizing that, that's when you become empowered to say that I have the discernment to know when I need to be part of something and when I do not,
mm,
and the wisdom to know that it's okay that I'm not part of everything, because
mm,
everything
mm,
is
mm,
not for
mm,
you. Everybody is not for you. And the
mm, mm,
sooner
mm,
that you realize that, the happier your life can be.
mm, mm, mm. Listen, what did he say? Give me the courage or the wisdom to accept it, to accept the things I cannot change. I messed it up, but you know where I'm going. And
Right.
and that's the thing. We want to change everything and everyone instead of worrying about ourselves. Sometimes we have to worry about ourselves and what we have going on. Because if we're looking in the back or the side, guess what? You can't see your windshield. The windshield is the biggest one on a car, baby. You got to see everything. You got to see where you're going. You got to see what's coming your way. Do I want this? Oh, yes, I want this. Oh, there go my blessing. Oh, thank you. That's a good one. When you look forward, you're able to receive everything that's coming to you. But a lot of times we be so focused on that rear view. That mirror is
Woo!
small up front. Don't worry about the small things. You got to worry about the good stuff. When he blesses you, he's not worried about what happened to you yesterday because he know what he got for you today, tomorrow, next month, next year. So 2025 is
Oh,
going to be great if you look in that front window. That's
it
why
gets
it's so
better and better. It gets better and
absolutely.
better. And we got to get out of the mentality of your best days were behind you. Oh
Mm,
no, 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 ma'am, no, sir. Your best days are
yet
ahead
to
of you.
come.
Even when you're getting older, people think that, even as you get older, that okay, you know what, your best days are behind you and all that. Do you know how many people at the age of 60 or older stepped into
Mhm.
a business idea and blew up and became millionaires? See,
Absolutely.
things don't stop just because you get older. If
Mm-mm.
anything, hopefully you should be able to use your wisdom, your
Absolutely.
maturity. You should be
Mhm.
able to use your skills that you've developed, the mental capacity to get things done in a manner that you never could have done while you're young. Now, don't get me wrong, you ain't got to wait till you get older to do things,
Right.
but just because you're getting older doesn't mean that things shut down and stop. If
Ab
anything, that should be the time where you tap in
yes.
even more. Where you say, you know what, God, enlarge my territory, use me.
Ooh,
Put,
say
put
that.
me in, coach. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to go ahead and play this game. And don't
Absolutely.
underestimate, because people are getting up in age that they
Mhm.
don't know everything, because or they can't get it done like a younger person can. You don't
Absolutely.
know. I mean, because at the end of the day, you can learn something from somebody, and if it's your
Right.
purpose, guess what? It comes with ease. It
Yes,
doesn't matter how old you
absolutely.
are. It comes with ease. If you're in your assignment and you're walking out your purpose, everything about you becomes
Mm,
something that you can use to get done what God is do. It doesn't
mm.
stop.
Not at all. Not at all. And that's it's it's amazing that you said that. And I use the word amazing intentionally because I just witnessed that from someone. A
Mhm.
lot of times we are afraid of our own greatness. and
Right.
and we are just so anxious and self-conscious, but we have to break that chain of feeling like we are not worthy or feeling like we can't get to the next level or it's
Yeah.
going to take someone else. It's great if you have the right person with you. Yes, climb together, but you will be amazed at what you can accomplish by your lonesome if you put your best foot forward. And it doesn't matter about your age. Look at what's the rapper 2 Chain? Did he start rapping at or get famous at 40 or somewhere near there? It,
Yeah.
it we can't limit ourselves. When you put limitations on your life,
Hmm.
you're stunning your growth. not
Mhm.
in the
Mhm.
physical sense, but in the mental sense. You
Yeah.
are stunning your growth because if you say, "Oh, I can't do that," then guess what? You can't do that. Not because you truly can't, because you wouldn't allow yourself to do it. You're only fail if you don't try. If you try, guess what? You learned a lesson. You had an opportunity to know what not to do the next time. But we
Yes.
put ourselves in this mindset where we have to figure it out and have all the answers, and we have to be this age or this size or this way or that.
Mhm.
No, no, God gives us ideas because He wants us to see them through. He puts us
Mhm.
in situations because He wants to watch us overcome. He's never going to give us too much. But we have our mindset, "Oh, I can't do that. It's too much." Or, "Oh, no, stop making excuses for yourself," because He's not. He's giving you everything that you have with intentions of you being successful. So you have to learn to get out of your way. Your age, size, color, creed, none of that matters. What matters is that you have the ambition to push forward and bring someone right along with you, because each one teach one. Success, it's a catchy thing, right? You want to replicate that. You want to leave a legacy that people will remember for years to come, not negativity, where people are going to
Mhm.
know, "Hey, that's her characteristic. She just so negative," or "She didn't accomplish
Right.
anything in life." No, I'm leaving a legacy because guess what? I'm that great. I am that diamond shining like the sun. I am
Yeah.
that queen who has accomplished all of my goals and lived beyond means. Right? I didn't live beyond my means. I lived in my rightful place, and that's where He put me, where He
Mhm.
kept me, and where He led me to. But a lot of times we allow these simple things to get in our head, and we miss out on the greatness that He has for us because of fear. But He tells us,
Because
"What,
of
fear
fear.
no man, for I am with you."
Yes.
But we
To
we
give you
let our
great
fear.
success. To give you
Yes,
great success. And I want to say
absolutely.
this because we are, on election night. So I know a lot of people are tuning in to look at the results, and I know a lot of people are anxious and they're wondering whether or not the chosen candidate is going to get in. But what I would like to say for a lot of people, and I'm just going to put it on the table.
Mhm.
A lot of people um, are for Kamala Harris. And this is a thing that I want to say. Some people have taken the fact that we have a woman who could be the first president of the United States, and they
Mhm.
have backed her, and they have came out, and they have supported her, and they have shown up, and they have done the things they needed to do to get her name out there and to get people involved, and go to the poll, and do all these different things. Keep the energy, because that energy that you found
Mhm.
to
Contagious.
support Kamala, don't let that shift once she gets in office, or if she doesn't
Absolutely.
get in office. Whichever way the ball bounces should not shift what you've been able to accomplish since you realized that she was getting ready to run for office.
Absolutely.
Let that energy that you put into her campaign shift into your purpose, shift into what God gave you to do, shift into your next level, shift
Mhm.
into what you have coming out, shift into breaking your own glass ceilings. Because if you put that behind her, decide today to put it behind you, no matter what the
Absolutely.
outcome. Because see, it'll be some people who will say, "Oh, she didn't get it," and they'll get depressed and down and be like, "Dang, all that effort and it was for nothing." No, it's always
Yes.
for something. Because if you were in the space to where you felt like, "I can go out here and I'm going to tell people about this person, and I'm going to tell you why you should vote for her, and I'm going to tell you all these things, and I'm going to show up in the morning, I'm going to make these phone calls, I'm going to go knock on doors." You did all of that in
Mm.
support of something that you believed in, somebody that you believed in, something that you, a vision or a dream that you wanted to see come to fruition. Don't
Yes.
let somebody else's dream deter you from doing the same thing for your own. That's the
Absolutely.
lesson we should have out of this right here. All of the things that you see people pulling together that you never thought would come together, all the people that were in support, don't
Mhm.
let that change whether she gets in office or not. That shouldn't just
Absolutely.
be for this time to get her where she is. It should continue to flow in you, but it should prove to you that you're capable of getting things done. You're
Absolutely.
capable of making things happen. You're
Yes.
capable of being consistent and disciplined and
Mhm.
determined.
Hmm.
Do that for you, just like you did it for her. And
Absolutely.
watch your life and your dreams and all the things God gave you, your visions come to pass. Watch. Sit back and
Yeah,
watch what can
absolutely.
happen when you do the same level for you that you do for somebody else.
Right. And
It's
I
a
and just speaking of the election, I just want to say this. It's important that again, we're not telling you who or who not to vote for. You
correct.
vote whoever you feel. But what I want people to remember, if nothing else from this conversation, when we're talking about elections, many years ago, there were people like us, me and you, and
Mhm.
some of our listeners who didn't have a voice, who could not vote.
Yeah.
So take this opportunity, if nothing else, to have a voice. Start now. Make sure that your voice is heard because I say all the time closed mouth doesn't get fed. But remember, the people that came before you fought for this opportunity
Mhm.
to vote, to have rights, to have that voice, to have privilege. So if you sit on your opportunity and you don't do a thing with your life, guess what? It's in vain. Everything that our ancestors went through before us is in vain. If you have a dream, ambitions, go for it. Don't allow fear or economic crisis or this person said this. Never allow any of that to leave you stagnant. Know that you have a voice, and with that voice, you have to have action. And
Mhm.
that's exactly what we need to do. Start taking action. That's what you're talking about, taking action. But again, when you point fingers, what? You got one pointing. I'm pointing at you, A Love, but I got these three pointing right back at me.
Mhm.
So a lot of times we don't think about that concept. You have to think about the fact that you're so worried about somebody else that you're not taking action for yourself and you're losing your momentum. You're wasting precious time. Our days are numbered, limited. No one lives forever. But while you're here, you have to make a mark. We can't worry about everybody else. You have to start with yourself. And when you gain success, that's when you pull them with you. But start with yourself and seize opportunity. Because listen, if people prior to us would not have fought and, you know, been punished or sacrificed, we wouldn't be in the position that we are in to have a podcast or to have a
Mhm.
job or a
True.
home or own land and things like that. Sometimes we take things for granted so much and we talk ourselves out of things that are important when we really should be going for the gusto.
Yes. What they say, foot on next season, honey,
That,
all gas, no brakes. There is
ooh,
nothing or no one who should hinder you from moving forward to pursue your vision or
not
to
at all.
claim your dream and make it happen. You
Yes,
can do it and you should believe that you can. It's all a
absolutely.
shift. You either whether you believe that you're going to do it or you believe that you can't. The same energy is going to it's going to take the same energy for
Absolutely.
either thought. So you might as
Right.
well put it towards positivity, put it towards
Absolutely.
something that's going to take you to the next level. But understand this, celebrate as you're on the journey because when you get to that next level, it's another level after that. The levels don't stop, the
Absolutely. Keep
levels keep going.
climbing.
It keeps going and going. It's like a
Yes.
Duracell battery. It does not stop. It keeps
Not
going
at
and
all.
going and going. You get to one level, don't rest there. Take a couple of breaths and then say, okay, so what you got next?
Which
Because I'm
that
trusting and
part.
believing the growth mindset, the abundant mindset.
Absolutely.
Those things are designed to help you to know that there's still more,
Absolutely.
still
Absolutely.
something else.
Because if people gave up in the past, we would not be where we are.
We would
It
not.
took dreams. I have a dream. I have
Mhm,
intentions. I'm going to sit on
mhm,
this bus, or I'm not going to give up this, or I'm not going to give up that. I'm going to be hosed down, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
And I
mhm.
bring that up because people went through things for a reason. So your purpose has meaning. It's all
It
for a
does.
reason.
It does.
So listen, one monkey don't stop no show.
Say it again, S. Marie, in case somebody didn't hear it.
It just doesn't. You have to be that one to get on the good foot and say, hey, this is what I want. This is how I'm going to try to get it, and not try. I'm going to make an attempt to get it. But guess what? If that first attempt fails, what am I going to do? Get back on that other good foot and make it happen. And again, it is like a ongoing, you're pedaling your bike one foot after other until you get to that destination. And as you say,
Mhm.
guess what? I'm with you. Once I set a goal, once I accomplish it, another goal is coming. I never stop, because when you stop, that's when you cut your life short. You cut your success short. You cut your opportunity short because you have stopped, and again became stagnant, became comfortable, because you thought you were in a good place. Never get too complacent. Always not be hungry for money or for materialistic things, but be hungry for life, love, and
Yeah.
success. What he said, when you ask for love, wisdom, and wealth walk in the door, that's all you need is yourself, a positive mentality, a great support system. And again, like we said, everybody's not going to be on your bandwagon, but you have to start it. And guess what? That's when you will know who's for you and who's against you. But the matter is that you started, you continued, you kept going, and you're living the life that you want to live successfully, not worrying about Billy Bob down the street, not worried about Keisha around the corner. You're worried about you. A love, you worried about you. I'm worried about me. Guess what?
Because we ain't got
Be a-
time to worry about everybody else. You do not.
I
If
can't.
you're focused on what you're doing, you don't have the time to worry about anybody else. Truly. If you want to go out here and do what you do, you know what? Be you. Do you. Enjoy.
Salute.
Hey, because what God calls you to do is different from what He called me to do.
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
I can't try to tell you what you should or should not do. I really can't
Mm-mm.
do anything but help you the best I can to go ahead and do what you're going to do, and help you to have the confidence in yourself to go out here and make it happen.
Mhm. And that's what I
And
love it. Confidence. Confidence. We lack confidence in ourselves again. So we stunt our growth because we're
mhm,
fearful. We can't
yeah.
fear anything. We
Mm-mm,
have to. I'm not saying everybody live by the seat of your pants, but guess what? Have faith in yourself. Have faith in God
mhm.
that you can accomplish your goals. You can get to that next level. Life is about doing better tomorrow than you did today. Tammy Hill said, even better, the exit door.
Right. Never run past. She said, y'all, just to go back, Tammy said, escort them from the VIP section to the general seating.
Listen,
And Pat came back and said, even better, the exit door.
the door
Listen, stop keeping people around you who
round.
don't
Absolutely.
believe in who you are or who you're
No,
becoming, who can only see you at the level of where
where you
they
are.
would they at the level of where they can deal with you. Because this is
Hmm.
the reality of things. People see you at a certain place, and once you start surpassing that place, that's when they have a hard time being
Absolutely.
around you. That's when they have a hard time. See, it's okay for you to go out here and get a certain job, as long as you don't get this other job that breaks this barrier that they like, oh, wait a minute,
Hmm.
now you're doing too much. Like I was cool when you were
Hmm.
making, 50,000, but you're gonna make 100.
Right.
Oh no, that's a whole. I was cool when you was doing this, but you finna do your own business. Oh, wait a minute. I was
Difference.
cool with you, but now you finna get you engaged and you finna what and oh, people can put you in a box and that's where they keep
Yes.
you at. And as long as you stay in that little box they
Yes.
put
And
you
that
in,
confinement.
hey, they are good
Mm-mm.
with it. As soon as you find the door to open up the opportunity that
Mhm.
God gave you, and you walk through that door and you see that there's more out there, and you see
Yes.
that, wait a minute, the grass is green over here on the other side. Oh, wait a minute, there's what over here?
Absolutely.
Wait a minute, did you? Oh, it's looking real
Yes.
good over here.
Right, right. That's that exit door she was talking about. Listen, let them exit left, let them exit left while you
To
going
the
right.
left, to the
Because
left.
you that's right. Everything you owned in the box to the left. Because again, I love that, A love. You're spot on. We allow them to change our perspective.
Mhm.
We allow them to change our vision. We could have spent 2 weeks working on a vision board, but someone said something negative or some, oh, well, you gonna do that?
Girl, I
I
get
know
so
you're not
tired
gonna
of
do
y'all
that.
doing them vision boards every year. I get so tired of seeing that. Says the person
Yes,
who never says the person who stays in the same position all the time.
all the
The
time,
response could be, I get so tired of seeing you still being stuck where you at every single year.
every single time. Yeah,
But we allow people to shift us in the
shift.
wrong direction. We
Absolutely,
allow other people's opinions to change ours. And so,
absolutely.
in this season, as we talk about, the relationship SMD, in this season, become the best version of yourself, the person who's not going to settle, the person
Yeah,
who's going to continue to push the envelope because you know that there's more out there, that when you get to
absolutely.
one level you're not going to stop. And don't be the person who's going to compete against somebody. Be the
Mm,
person who's going to collaborate with others. And if you don't want to work with others, be the person who's going to refer you to somebody who can get you where you need to go. You may not want to be the person to work with them, but there's other people out here. Send them in the right direction, not the
right,
wrong direction. Send them in the
right,
right direction. Connect
right.
them with people because you know people. Connect them with the right
Connect.
people. Stop trying to make sure that people don't get any further than you can see them.
Mm, mm. And people do that. And
And they
that's
do.
sad that you want to stunt my growth because you know I have good ideas and you know that I'm great and I'm not fearful, but you're fearful of me. But that's the problem. There are so many people in this world that are fearful of another person
Mm-hmm.
because they know what they possess. They know where they can go and they don't want to be left behind. But sometimes everybody can't go with you. Everyone can't go with you. Reverend Pat.
Everyone cannot. Reverend Pat, be on it. Why would you allow
Mm.
anyone to make you second guess the vision that God gave you?
Ooh.
God doesn't need a committee to bless
Mm.
you. Whew.
Listen, you
You
know
came
what?
on
She can
here with that
close
one,
the
sister.
show.
God doesn't need a committee.
Reverend Pat just closed the show.
Yeah,
I,
Reverend Pat just, I'm telling
hey,
you,
look, pull that up again for me. I need people to see that again. Read it one more time.
why would you allow anyone to make you second guess the vision that God gave you?
Mm.
God doesn't need a committee to bless you.
Listen, because what
Period.
he has for you is for you and no one else. And again, as we said in the very beginning of the show, everybody's not going to ride with you. They're not lifers, they are seasons. And when you realize who's seasonal, it's a game changer because
Listen.
you realize what you can do and what you can say to those
Mhm.
individuals. See, I'm riding with me all day. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I can be spontaneous, but guess what? My sign is strategy. I'm dominant. I'm
Mhm.
going to make sure I win. It's not against you because guess what? I'm going to bring you with me. But I have a circle of people who are that exact same way. Exact same way. So if you're not riding with me in my circle, I'm not worried about being in the cool kids club, baby, because I am her. I'm cool all day, every day. He made me this way. But a
Mhm.
lot of times we want to sit with the cool kids. We want to worry about what they're thinking or wear their same clothes or be in their shoes. Baby, he made my shoes for me. There are plenty of people that wear an 8 and 8.5, but guess what? Not mine. My shoes are for me. Guess why? They're in my closet. And when I pull them out, I step out and I'm stepping out as me. I'm not worried about the next person. I'm not worried about competition. I am my own competition.
Mm.
That's what people need to understand. We're
Yeah.
not in competition in this world. We're here to be of service. He says, love your neighbor. Guess what? I'm going to love you all day long. I'm either going to love you on our journey because you're riding with me, or I'm going to love you where you at, but I'm still going to keep moving.
Yes. Look, waving out the window. Hey.
How girl, look,
Hey.
the princess wave. Huh, where you
Hey.
going?
Yes.
Look, because I'm ready. I stay ready. Traveling, business, life, educating myself. Listen, I refuse to be left behind, not by somebody else, but for myself. He gave me eyes to open so I can see, so
Mm.
I can read.
Mm.
He gave me the ability to be of service. There are people who don't have their full limbs, but guess what? They're doing things. Don't put limitations on yourself. Don't be in competition because guess what? We all can eat. But the difference is now that I see in this world today is that, like you said, we are in competition versus 100 years ago. Guess what? They were focused on helping one another. They were focused on gathering and breaking bread and helping each other, get this land, or oh, you can stay here if you don't have it.
Mm-mm.
We
We
separate
lost
ourselves for
that.
no reason.
Yes. Reverend Pat said we coveting homegirls, designer clothes,
Mm.
purses, shoes, spending our last dime, and she shop at the resale store.
Ooh,
Listen, there's two things that I'm glad she said that. It's so many
yeah.
people that we see on social media, and you're wanting to be like this person, and you don't know what life is like behind
Mm,
social media.
at all.
One, you don't know what their life is like, and you're wanting to be like somebody who may be sleeping on somebody else's couch, but
That
they're
part,
portraying themselves as the person who got it all together, designer this, designer that,
absolutely.
and that's not their reality every day.
Mm-mm,
On the other side of it,
mm-mm.
you let people come in to get on your bandwagon and slow
Mm.
you down. See, they tell you they want to do what you're doing, they want to help, they want to be, let's do this. But then when they get with you, they slow you down because they
Ooh,
second guess everything that you do. Or they
right.
say, okay, well, let's do this, and then they don't follow through.
Mm,
Have discernment to know that I can't let you stop from my destiny.
at
I
all.
can't let you slow me up from what God has for me, because if I don't follow through on my assignment, if I'm not where I'm supposed to be in the direction that He's told me to go, then when He drops that blessing, guess what? If I ain't there to catch it, either somebody else is gonna get it or it's gonna move on out the
Okay.
way. But I
Listen,
won't have it fooling around with you. See,
with
in
you.
this season,
Mm,
I can't afford to be, this is too personal for me. What God
ab-
got for me, I want all of it.
all of
It's
it.
personal. I'm not leaving anything on the table. I am
Absolutely.
getting all of it. And so don't take it personal on your end, but I'm taking it personal on mine.
On my
I'm setting
absolutely.
boundaries. I'm making moves. I'm being silent because I don't need you to distract me. But
Right.
guess what? I am getting to what God has given me. I am
Abs-
going for everything that I know. I am stepping out in my shoes, not yours, not somebody else's. The shoes God gave me, trusting and believing. Run past said, "Honey, stay in line and in position to get your
Oof.
blessing. Don't
Mm,
don't step out the line trying to see. You know how have y'all been somewhere and you trying to go and you say, okay, well I'm here early, I'm in line, and
right.
then the people say, well we can't seat you unless your whole party here, and you like, hey, I'm gonna be here for a long time. Okay, well let me step out for a minute, then I'm come back and see. Okay, well I'm gonna get back in. I'm gonna go to the end of the line,
Mm,
get back. By the time maybe I get back up here, y'all be here and get up again. You step out of line, you'll mess
mm,
around. They'll close the door on you, and when the
mm,
door closes, you can't even get in.
mm,
Be mindful
mm,
of allowing people to take you away from your destiny.
mm.
Be
You said
mindful
that.
of allowing people to keep you from God's best for you. This is a season where you need to get in line. And
Mhm.
as Reverend Pat said, let me put it one more time. Get in the line, stay in the line, and stay in
Mhm.
position to get your
Right.
blessings. Your blessings are here. They're already here.
Mm.
You don't even really have to wait for it. You just need to get in position so you can receive it.
That part. That part. Can't be afraid of your own greatness. Worrying about somebody else.
Girl, you
Step
better
into
tell
it.
them. They say
Step
you waiting
into
on
it.
God. God waiting on you. She said,
Listen,
honey,
and
jealous folk will not hold your place in line. You can't
absolutely.
move. When you are in line, you got to tell them, you know what? I told you what time to be here. And if you miss out, you miss out. We can't be so afraid to do things on our own, and that's what a lot of times people want to bring people. You want to have your friends with you, but if
Yes.
they're not in position, if they're not ready, don't you dare miss out on doing something because you don't want to do it by yourself. Because guess
Everybody can't
what?
go with you.
But what you don't realize is that sometimes when you go by yourself, there's a whole group of people on the other side waiting for you to get there so y'all can run together. But you miss
Absolutely.
that because you're so busy trying to bring people who really don't want to go with you. They say they
Right.
want to go, but they really don't want to go. They just want to keep you
Mhm.
from, they want to hold you down and keep you from going. Kathy said you can't share your vision with everyone because when you share it, that person will discourage you to do it. Then
Absolutely.
secretly take what you said and run with it.
Mm, mm. Now that's a word. And it's really weird. I love music. And I'll tell you something that comes to mind. And this is showing age, but I grew up listening to things that were on 8 tracks because of my father. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you remember Betty Wright. She
Mm-hmm.
had a
Oh, yeah.
So I remember that I used to love the very first part of her song. She
Mm-hmm.
says she played it for her mother, and her mother said, "That's a beautiful song, baby. But I know you're not going to sing that song." But guess what? Became her biggest record, brought her the most fame of any record that she has. So again, I'm never saying go against your mother, but just think when you allow other people's opinion to infiltrate your mind, guess what? You are doing exactly what Reverend Pat said. You allowing them to sit in line for you, baby, when the only person who can sit in line to get that blessing is you.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what she did? She recorded that song because we know it. And again, best-selling record for her. Now that song was probably 20, 30 years before my time, but guess what? I know it. It's relevant. And if
Mm-hmm.
someone goes and listens to that song, now they might know why her mama didn't want to sing her to sing that song. But as a woman, she had a message and she wanted to deliver it. And she didn't let anyone in this world alter what she knew was going to be a blessing. So sometimes someone may feel, well, that's really not the blessing that you want. Well, guess what? If God didn't want me to have it, He wouldn't give it. And what you feel is a bad blessing may be my biggest blessing. So I never allow people to tell me, you can tell me anything, but guess what? I'm a woman. I follow my own mindset. I make my own rules. I set the tone because I know who's with me. He's guiding me. I pray about everything that I do because I don't want to step out of line. I don't want anyone else to sit in my seat. Not until he tells me to leave this seat because I got this seat 10 times higher, 10
Mm-hmm.
levels higher for you to sit at so you can give this seat to someone else. That's when I move my seat. That's when I wait in line. Other than that, S. Marie don't do lines. I am the line. I am the movement.
That's what we say. I am the line. Yes, come
I am the
on.
line. Yes.
Professor, I know you're not gonna sing that song, and we still sing
Listen,
it today.
and we do.
And
And
still sing it
it's on my
today.
Spotify, Reverend Pat. I love the song, but again, you will be amazed when you listen to certain things. In music, people are telling you stories. It's not just museums that you find stories that have altered people, that have educated people, that have given you the ambition and to allow you to thrive, because that's the word of the month, thriving, right? There
Mm-hmm.
are things in this world that will come from anywhere that allow you to realize it's your time to shine and thrive. And they're intentional. And I tell people, you don't have to be spiritual. You don't have to believe in different things. Only believe what you want to. But guess what? He gave us signs for a reason. He put us in position in places for a reason. He allows things to happen so he can guide us to our greater green pastures. He puts us in line to receive the blessings that we're going to have. Because guess what? A legacy. That's what you want to leave. Betty Wright left a legacy. So now all these ladies know why she sung that song. They know why it was important to her, right? But
Mm-hmm.
there are other people. We are still listening to I Have a Dream by Martin Luther King. Guess what? He had a dream. We have that same dream. It may not be the exact one, but we have that dream in a sense of sustain because he had something on his mind and his heart, and he wanted to take everyone with him. Those are the type of people you need in your circle. Those are the one you want to listen to because guess what? When he rose, he brought everybody with him. It was those haters that decided, you too powerful. You too great. You got too many people following you. Guess what? Because he was doing the right thing. When you're doing the right thing, that's when everybody else wants to be in your way. They want to close that door for you. But listen, no one can close the door that he opens for you. Only he can close that door. All you got to do is when he open it, step right on in. Shine bright like a diamond, thrive, have the biggest smile on your face. Because guess what? No one can go into a door that was meant for you. So, like I said, I don't stand in lines. I am the line. So when I walk in, it was for me. He's not going to allow me to go somewhere that I'm not meant to be. If it's a bad situation, guess what? He wanted me to learn something. He wanted me to use that as an opportunity to receive something better and greater. And guess what? That's why I don't do lines. I am the line. I wait until he speaks to me and then I take action. And that's what we have to do. Don't worry about sister, cousin, brother. Don't worry about Betty Sue on the job. Don't worry about Mr. Bean around the corner. Guess what? You worry about you. Because when you worry about you, can nothing else get in your way? It's that front window on that vehicle. It's wide, tall, and guess what? You can see center, left, right. Guess why? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to see what's ahead of you because that's what he wants you to do. And when he guides you and tell you, hey, you can go here, you can go here, or you can go here. I got you wherever you go. But guess what? This ride is just for you. So sometimes you got to ride in your car and you got to sit in silence or you got to listen to something that's going to motivate you. But don't worry about Sally Sue and Billy Bob around the corner because guess what? It wasn't meant for them to be in that car to see that windshield the way you see it. That was for you. Step, be aligned, step in your greatness, and don't worry about anybody else. Because can't nobody live your life for you. Only you can.
Only you can.
Mm.
That's how. Listen, that's a wrap for the night. Then,
It
sound like I
is.
hope y'all got that message and get yourself together and know that get in
Absolutely.
line, stay in line, get in position for your blessings. Don't let
Yes.
anybody take your vision away from you, your
Mm,
dreams away from you. In the
mm,
relationship SMD, when you are your best version of yourself, you
mm.
become better in any relationship that you're a part of. Whether you're
Absolutely.
in a spouse relationship, a
Mm,
family relationship, a business relationship, a friendship, whatever ship you're on, when
yeah,
you step into the best version of yourself, that means you're bringing something amazing to this relationship.
absolutely.
You want to come whole enough to where whoever connects to you, they're getting that overflow. They're getting what's bubbling over. They're getting that good juice that's coming from you. Not,
Absolutely.
not the person who's always stressed and always worried and always
Mm,
anxious and always, looking like chicken little and think the sky's about to fall in. We're not doing that.
mm,
We're not doing that. Reverend Pat said something about what did you say, Reverend Pat, about 2025? What is the phrase about we're not surviving, we're thriving in 2025? I forgot what you said this morning or how you put it. But here she said this is such a wonderful and needed conversation. Thank you, beautiful sisters.
absolutely. Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
for
you for
being
your words of wisdom.
absolutely. Reverend Pat, one of the people that baby always adds some flavor wherever she goes. So,
Listen, I catch her on the morning show dropping them gems. I'm like, wait a minute, let
baby,
me screenshot
dropping
Reverend Pat.
all of them. Dropping all of it. You hear me? With scripture to
Yes.
back it up. That's what I love. That's what I
I
love.
love it. Love what they say. Facts, back them up. Never trust anybody's information but your own, but you can trust Reverend Pat's though,
Because
because
she
you
got
know where she got it.
documentation, baby. Honey, backing it up. You already know she gonna have it. So this is the relationship SMD. Typically, and actually, we did have some confessions, but we got into this
Or let
conversation.
us somewhere
Listen,
else.
sometimes you gotta let God just guide you where there wasn't. We weren't even thinking
Absolutely.
about being on here. Kathy got it. She said, "I'm not going to survive. I will thrive in 2025."
Okay.
That should be in your mind now as you're going
Absolutely.
to the end of 2024. We talked about having more in 2024. Get your more so that you can
Absolutely.
thrive in 2025.
Mm.
Set yourself up. You already know what to do. There's still time. There's still time for you to get it. But
Yes.
step into who you were designed to be.
Absolutely.
Stop being scared of her. Step into it and be who you were designed to be.
Absolutely. I love it.
Yes. All right, Miss Zena. Hey, Miss Zena. Let me see what she said before we get out of here. Hello, lady. This lady is so great. Yes, Mama. And gotta let them know. I will check this out after Tuesday night Bible study. God have given me winners by church family. Amen. Amen. So
Oh,
yes, check it on out when you come back
absolutely.
because it will be on replay status. And listen,
Absolutely.
y'all. Have an amazing Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of the week. Keep on doing what you're doing. But in this season right now, take some time to look at who you're connected to. Do they need to
Absolutely.
stay or do they need to go? And what did Reverend Pat, wait a minute, Tammy said, take them
I
out
was
of
about to say,
for
put
general
Tammy up.
admission. And Reverend Pat said some of them need to hit the exit door. Whichever way they need to go, this is the time to make sure that it happens. Because as you're going
That's
towards your
right.
greatness, you ain't got time to have people leeching on and holding on, bringing you down. You need to be free to soar like an eagle.
Ooh, say
It's time
that.
to go. All right, y'all. I think this is it. Listen, we
That
gonna
was
keep on and
it.
mess around and be here all night. But thank y'all for tuning in. If you have a confession, send it to us a bit.ly/exchange confession. We'll have some confessions for y'all next week. But Marie, our hearts and minds clear, as they say.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Well, we are getting ready to get out of here. Y'all have a great one. We'll see y'all next Tuesday. Bye.